What up, what up? It's Neighborhood Nip. Y'all tuned in to hiphopwire.com. I dropped it October 8th. It's about a month and some weeks later now. And I think that it's been like very successful. It was a risk just to roll it out the way we did, you know, so I'm pleased with the turnout, you know. And I kind of expected it musically to be received the way it was received, but just the campaign and the way, you know, the price point and everything, it exceeded my expectations. We were done with the project by the time I realized we wanted to sell it for 100. It was done already. Drummer already had the music, he was starting to host it, add his touch to it. We weren't even gonna do physical copies, you know, but probably like a week before the date, we sat down as a team and talked about it. Everybody was in on it. And we just scrambled to get the units printed up, to get the design done. And also we wanted it to be like a limited edition. So it was just like little design things that had to happen, like the blank of 1,000 and then a little box for me to sign on it, stuff like that. So we put it all together within the last week. We scrambled to get them all manufactured for the release date. We had to re-up, but we've been doing pop-up shops in different cities, like we did one in Atlanta. We're doing one the 22nd of November at Vinnie Styles in Brooklyn. We're gonna do one in London. People just been reaching out like, you know what I mean, this is a dope idea. We wanna, you know, rally your fans in this market. We know you got a lot of people out here supporting. We got a good location. So they've been reaching out and we've been locking them in. Yeah, I just wanted my demonstration to speak for what we was about. I wanted to demonstrate that we like completely self-sufficient in that respect, that we could do every part of this process. We had a great understanding of each part of the process and that we had something to add. On the photography side, on the engineering, on the songwriting, on the rapping, on the marketing, on the, you know, so that when we do go into a situation with a partner, you know, it won't be on no just turning the records, just sit over here and rap. Our demonstration to speak that we are involved and we are, you know, skilled at every point. You know, we have like a unique perspective on every aspect of the process, you know? Sort of like Apple or like, you know, American Apparel. Or like any of these companies that's like completely vertically integrated, their situation is consistent all the way through. I put out, you know, 6, 7 mixtapes. Most of them was critically received very well. You know what I mean? I toured off all of them. I built a solid following off of all of the projects we put out, you know what I mean? When I went to the table with the companies, I was just listening at what the offers were and what was realistic. And after just listening to everything, I realized that my idea, what I wanted, was something I had to go build on my own, and we had to do this outside of, you know, label support at this point. It was more work we had to do to warrant what we was asking for, to deserve it in their eyes. I felt we deserved it already, but I just had to demonstrate. I wanted them to be beyond a reasonable doubt that, yeah, what we asking for is justified. They kind of let me expose the game to myself. They should have, you know, I think it would have been cheaper last year. It would have made a lot more sense on their behalf last year, you know what I'm saying? And we would have still been able to do all these things we're doing, and it just been they got in a little bit earlier. It'll be on All Money In, which is my label, you know, that I'm a part owner in. But it got the possibility to be distributed a few different ways, you know, so we gonna, over the next couple months, figure out what our partner's gonna be. Might be an independent distributor, might be a major distributor, but the album's gonna be owned and controlled by us. That wasn't a negotiation with Ross. Ross was like, he just put me in direct contact with the man at the label and was just like, he gave a blessing, make the deal happen. I wanted equity, you know what I mean? I wanted stake in the ownership in my situation, in Nipsey Hussle. Because we offered label deals for my company, All Money In, and like, you know, office at the label and overhead to operate the label and, you know, the ability to sign artists, a couple artists a year to my label with the resources of Warner Brothers. But for my situation, you know, I was still gonna be uninvolved in the ownership and had no equity in my situation. The consolation prize, you know what I'm saying? Like, we give you a label, you know, you can do your thing, you'll be an executive, but the Nipsey Hussle brand, we gonna absorb that. And I felt that was my leverage. I control and I speak on behalf of my brand, you know what I'm saying? It has value in the market.
But I remember when New York rap was the shit. And us in the South, us Bama's, we was like, what the fuck? And we just did our own thing. But now we run y'all musically.
Number one, it's his opinion. He's an artist, he could say what he feel. But I do feel like, you know, in context of being in New York City, I can understand why people was a little bit offended. But I heard his statement he put out recently, you know what I'm saying? I heard that, you know, his intention was not to disrespect the city. It might have came off the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? It might have been like the wrong execution. But, you know, people human, man, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I ain't got no hell of an opinion on it. I feel like he human, you know what I'm saying? He'll be all right, you know what I mean? The game get harsh at times, but, you know, people gonna forgive him. It's gonna be behind him. He gonna keep pushing.